Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. Happy Tuesday. Happy new start of the week. Happy after the holiday. I've been gone for about 5 days. But as usual, I am back. Okay. I feel like a whole bunch of somethings and nothings has all been happening since last week. So I want to get into a few things. Of course, we have to do a Diddy trial update, okay, because his assistant, okay, Capricorn Clark testified today. And Capricorn Clark was someone who was always around. So I was like, okay, I want to see what she had to say and stuff. Okay, what she said about Diddy, about Cassie, about Kid Cudi. So we will get into that. Okay, Remy and Papoose was fussing all weekend. Okay, Remy and Papoose, I talked about them on Thursday. They were still fussing on Friday and a little bit Saturday. We seen Clarissa kind of clap back a little bit, so I want to get into that. The AMAs was the American Music Awards came on last night. I caught, some parts of it that was on social media. I did not watch it live, but I feel like nobody did. Okay, so that failure will be discussed, and then Q and Dawn. I said not Q versus Dawn. I did not see that happening in 2025. I feel like I used to love them as a couple back in the day 26 Danny Kane day, but again Q came out with some allegations against Dawn and kind of Diddy too. And then Dawn replied and whatnot. So again, not much, but a little bit. And I can't be going. I can't stay gone that often like that. Because y'all know when I be going, YouTube be some haters and I be out the algorithm. But again, I'm back. Hi. Okay, look, I took time, took my braids out, child. Hair pulled back in there, bun is back, okay? But I look bald. Look bald, okay? I can rock a ball. Anyway, I'm just saying, okay? Hello to the people if you're watching live. Hello. If you watch the replay, hello. If YouTube did not tell you I was on live, it's not my fault. Okay, I don't control the algorithm. YouTube does. Okay, either way go, we are here to have a bit of a conversation. And because I was saving stuff but also not paying attention to what I was saving. We got a little bit of everything. Okay, the prisoners in New Orleans who get captured. Okay, some fashions from the AMAs and whatnot, some little gossipy stuff and whatever. But again, we're gonna go over the um testimony of Capricorn Clark, who again is Diddy's assistant. Okay, well, she was his assistant back in the day during the time of him being a monster. Okay, again, she was one of the closest people to that man. So I said I want to see what she said. Okay, but yeah, I'm on screen. Oh, I think that was really yeah. Okay, anyway, I'm here. Okay. Thank you to those who watching live. Also to those who come and end up watching the replay. If you in the room, if you can see me and or hear me and your fingers work, you have to say hello. Okay. Don't be around here listening, looking, and not typing in hi. I said hello, hello, hello to everyone. All I want back is at least one little hi, and that is it. Okay. Um what else? I feel like I hope everybody had a good weekend. I was off work today, which is why I'm on live at 7 and not 9 because I'm off work. Okay, I took today off because I said, girl, your braids have to come down. Okay, I have to take my braids out, and I thought it may take me 2 days to do it. I got it all done last night. I started Sunday night, and then I finished last night at around 1 a.m. Okay, and now I'm just, child, trying to give my scalp a rest, gave it a good little shampoo and all that stuff. Okay, but I'm gonna get braids again in a minute and stuff. Look, the whole Diddy trial of it all, I feel like Diddy, I really wish we could see stuff in the trial. We can't see anything or whatever, so that's fine. But a lot of me want to see his reactional facial expression when people are saying things. I just miss that part of it all because trials be fun when you can see them feeling like, oh my God, I'm caught. I'm going to go to jail. I'm going to jail. Like, I do think he's going to jail. Okay. Hi, 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 hi. Hello, hello. Hey. Okay. Have a drink for me. Okay. Have a drink for me and a Snickers. No. Okay. Don't have no Snickers for me. But yeah, I want to get to share my screen because I feel like the stuff, come on, share screen. I feel like the stuff that I've saved from the Eye of the G. It was because I was going to go live yesterday, but I looked a mess. Okay, half my head was unbraided, half was braided. My fingers was hurting. I would not have been able to focus on talk to y'all. So I said, "No, girl, just do it on Tuesday. Just do it on Tuesday." And I haven't even watched Atlanta Housewives. I get into that. I do a review of that. What's today? Today's Tuesday. I have it about Thursday, I think. Okay, you made a look, y'all look you made a whole live and in color and things. Okay, but again, don't forget I'm only live at 7 because I'm off work today. I'm back at work tomorrow, so tomorrow I'll be live at 9 o'clock as usual. Okay, but again, hello to the people. Did y'all like it? Did I say that already? Make sure y'all like the video and subscribe and comment and share. Okay, all the things I say every single time. Anyway, look, let's share screen. Let's share screen. Okay, boom, pow, and the pow. I feel like people was tripping this weekend. I don't know if it was the water, if it was the holiday weekends, if it's the change in the weather and stuff. But as I was saving and saving and saving things, I said, "Oh, it's stuff to discuss. Get on into it." But I kept forgetting to go on live because I was busy. So who I want to start? I'm gonna save the Remy and Papoose stuff because I was like, y'all is tripping. Well, why Nancy Grace hold up a Tootsie Roll? You know what? White people, be making me mad sometimes because I get somebody was suing Diddy saying that he had a Tootsie Roll pop penis or whatever, and I get that. And I know Nancy Grace is like is she a journalist? Maybe she just I don't know. But I swear to God, I said, why she around here Tootsie Roll popping Diddy's penis? I feel like, look, first of all, I also feel like If I'm suing somebody for some kind of abuse or some kind of assault to my bodies, the size of their dick don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Nancy Grace taking upon herself to say, "Oh, let me talk about Diddy and unwrap a Tootsie." First of all, who do they still sell Tootsie Rolls? I have been in the store and I don't recall seeing a Tootsie Roll being in the counter. Anyway, who went and got her the one Tootsie Roll? I also feel like Diddy can't have a Tootsie Roll penis. He can't. You wanna know why? Because Tootsie Roll penises doesn't equate to the amount of power he had over people. Okay, I feel like he was getting everybody pregnant, okay, having all these situationships or whatever. So Nancy Grace, girl, put the Tootsie Roll down, leave it be. And my thing is, because what's her version of a Tootsie Roll? Okay, if you used to, what size bottle is this? This is I don't even know. This is a 33.8 ounce bottle. Okay, if you are used to a 33-ounce water bottle down your throat, okay, a little 8-ounce bottle is gonna be a Tootsie Roll because you're used to huge bottles down your throat. Okay, now because the child, this ain't small. It's just smaller than the bottle. Okay, so it depends on what that person's version of small was because this Fenty Beauty moisturizer, is not small. It isn't. It's average size. So I don't know. But Nancy Grace, girl, her hair be aggravating me too. Anyway, I was like, why she Tootsie Roll popping? Leave that man dick alone. Okay, the size of that man's penis does not matter because he was abusive. Anyway, because I'm like, why are y'all saying that? Because this don't make no sense. Also, why is Young Thug out here calling Kid Cudi a rat? First of all, Thug, you just got out of trouble. Okay? You just got out of trouble. Why would you put yourself back in the crosshairs of anyone? First of all, you can't call Kid Cudi a rat because this is the thing. If somebody does something to me, okay, and I say, hey, police, so and so did something to me, okay? I'm not snitching on anybody. I'm not a rat, okay? They did something to me. If Diddy popped round into that man's house, okay, and broke in that man's house and fucked with that man dog, and then had somebody allegedly, okay, allegedly, if Diddy allegedly went to that man's house, broke in that man's house, fucked with that man dog, had somebody else set that man car on fire, Kid Cudi has every right to go to court when he's a peanut by the feds to say, hey, yes, this is what happened. Okay, so I need people, thugs and gangsters and whoever else, to understand. First of all, you can't be a thug in these streets and not know the definition of what a snitch or what a rat is. Okay, if you snitching, you're a rat. That means me and you robbed the bank. Okay, me and you and your cousin too robbed the bank. Okay, they caught me. They didn't catch you or your cousin too. Okay, however, once they catch me, I say, oh, it wasn't just me. It was Thug and his cousin too. That's snitching. That's being a rat. It's when we all do something, we all commit some kind of crime. We all do something illegal and they catch me and they don't catch y'all. And I tell the feds what y'all did because they didn't catch up. That's being a snitch. That's being a rat. But if you come to my house and throw a goddamn Molotov cocktail in my car, if you beat up or abuse my dog, okay, if you break in my house, I have every right by law to tell the federal people, the state people, the city people, any people with badges, okay, to say, hey, yes, he did it, and that's him right there. My dog ain't been the right since. So, Thug, shut up. Get on my nerves sometimes, okay? Thug, you just made bail and bond, okay? Maybe you on parole, probation for at least the next 10 years? You can't be saying this. They told you before, stop commenting on social media and things that are legal situations because your ass ain't out of legal trouble yet. But I tell you right now, if Diddy walked through my door right now, he can't get in jail. If Diddy walked through my door and did not leave when I said get out, I'm calling the police. Okay, I'm snitching on the person you broke in the man's house. Okay, so Thug, shut up. Okay, I need Thug to shut up, and then I need Nancy Grace to shut up, because both of them is on some bull other shit. Okay, they made me mad. I was like, why y'all doing that? Just irking my nerve. Just irking my nerve. Now, Diddy twins graduated from high school. Okay, you know how hard it must be that you are a 17, 18-year-old person and your daddy is on trial right now for sex crimes. So while you up here crossing across the stage, your daddy's in court. Okay, Tootsie Roll penis and all conversations about all child is my whole senior year has been overshadowed by my daddy. Why? Because he could not stop being a freak in these streets and in these hotel rooms. Okay, either way it go, congrats to the Combe twins, Jesse James and the Delilah. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, Jesse and Delilah. Now I still don't know which twin is which. I still feel like them girls do not have their own identity. I still feel like they look so much alike. There's no difference in the two. Now, if you know them, maybe I'm gonna say that, but I just feel like in life it ain't okay. So congrats to them. Congrats to Bryce James, LeBron, and Savannah's youngest son also graduated high school. All these kids, child, getting older. Okay, getting older stuff. So congrats to him as well for graduating high school. Is he going to the league? It say Bryce is out of high school, is ready to take a seat. Oh, he's going to Arizona. He's going to the University of Arizona and will play for the Wildcats in 2025. You know what I'm saying? Good. Now, see, his daddy being in the NBA playoffs, that's a good thing that's in the news. When your daddy's in the news for sex crimes, not so much. Okay, not so much. Kim Kardashian people, right? Remember she was robbed all them years ago, back in 2016? They said 8 grandfathers, the 8 old men who were accused, no, they were found guilty, of robbing her was all found guilty. Okay, good. Send them to, they're gonna die in jail. Okay, they're all grandpas. They're all old men and stuff. So they round here, let it be. But yeah, they said, Kim, we are sorry. We didn't mean to do it and stuff. Okay, they found guilty, guilty, guilty. I'm just, why are they so long? Is the law slow? What's next? As y'all see, I'm just scrolling. I saved so much shit. It's not in no kind of order. Okay, so it ain't no kind of order here. All I know is towards the end we're gonna get into Capricorn's testimony, but right now we're just scrolling through all the crazy shit I saved. This happened today. Child, Code 45 has pardoned them white people who was in jail for fraud, okay? For tax evasion, not paying this, not paying that, and bloppy bloppy blue. Yeah, Code 45 said let the white people out. Now look, I never watched their show, the Tide. It was it called the Chrisleys? It was called the Chrisleys. I never watched the Chrisleys reality show that came. Was it on E? Was it on? I don't know where. I don't know. I didn't. Yeah, I've only seen like clips on social medias, but Code 45 pardoned both of them. Okay. Let's see. The daddy, Todd, is Todd gay? Todd seemed gay. Maybe this is a lavender marriage, meaning he's gay and she lets him be gay. Okay. But yeah, Todd was hit when he had 12 years. Okay. The wife Julie had 7 years. They were convicted back in 2022. So they did about roughly, 2-3 years in jail. Oh, it was the USA channel. Child, because I'm like, it was some a white channel. It was a white channel. But yeah, Code 45 said let him go. Look, you know why? Because he has done the same thing. Okay. Code 45 is an avid tax evading, non-tax paying individual. So I'm not surprised that the Caucasian people who have been saying, oh, he's the best, he's the best, he's the best. Oh, we love him so much. I'm not surprised that he, that he pardoned them. Okay. Look, this is what I'll say. If you're going to pardon them, pardon anybody else that's in jail for the same crimes. If there's anybody black, especially any black people, because I remember Wesley Snipes went to prison for tax stuff. Fat Joe went to jail for tax stuff. I feel like if you're going to free these Caucasianites, I feel like free anybody else who is in jail for fraud and tax evasion. Be free across the board, bruh. Okay, don't just free the lavender lovers around here. No, free them all. Let it be free for all, because I'll be like, well, hold up, President, Code 45, miss. Why can't I get out too? Well, you know why? Because Caucasian people who are corrupt is helping other Caucasian people who are corrupt. Okay, but I just said yesterday to my mom, I was like, you know what? I try my best to not see anything that man do because he aggravates my spirit. So I just happen to see the Code 45 pardon the white criminals because that's what he does. Okay. Criminals. You know what I'm saying? Justice Smollett. Okay. He's like, I done got rid of that fraudulent hoax of an assault situation. Now I want a baby. Okay, I want to either get a lady pregnant, okay, or I want to adopt and whatnot. I don't know. He said this.
A baby so bad. I want to have a baby so bad.
How's the process gonna work for you? Like,
I don't know. I had to, if I'm being completely transparent,
I don't like when people have interviews and sunglasses. I'm like, what you hiding? Is it bright in there? Does your eyes hurt? Is it a black eye? Is you high? Why are you wearing shades? Anyway.
I had to get this off my back.
Right.
Yeah. Because obviously going into an adoption process or anything like that it just makes it more difficult.
I can't go trying to adopt a baby if I'm fighting a fake assault lawsuit case from 2019. Okay, I had to pay them off, get that situated before I say I want a baby.
To live my life, and I want to do that. So, I think adoption has always been something that's really, really close to me, and I've always wanted to adopt. I think that there are so many children out there that need good homes, which is, again, what we talk about in The Lost Holiday. My character and his husband are adopting a baby, Ariel, played by amazing little baby London Carter. And that's really, really close to me. There are so many children in this world. But I think that we sometimes forget that there's so many children, particularly in this country.
That's right.
Child, he back on his I'm an advocate stance. He told y'all he gave Tupac. Okay, I am going to promote adopting babies from the U.S. of the A.
Need to be
meaning stop adopting kids from other countries and bring them over here.
Adopted, that need to have good homes with people that simply want to love them and raise them right.
Yeah.
And so I definitely will be adopting, but I also have not ruled out the possibility of, having a baby with a woman, carrying
old fashioned way.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know, Kyle. I don't know, Kyle. But if I do it the old fashioned way, I'll let you know, bro. I'll let you know. I'll be like, oh, Kyle. I did it the old fashioned way.
You got to come in with a different one.
I'm like, yo, I didn't know what I was missing. I did it the old fashioned way.
Baby, though.
Now I will say this. Jesse Smollett. He's a little funny. Okay, he made me look giggle. Okay, look. First of all, Jesse ain't begging no female. I just don't. He's a gay man, and I don't feel like gay men should even have to say, "Yeah, I did the oath." No, don't do that. Okay, go to artificial. Okay, Because I feel like if you are a gay man and you really don't like cooch, can you even get hard? Like, can you even get hard? Like, you know what I'm saying? Can you? Because it's different. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it would have to be a threesome for a man and a woman. For I don't know. My point is, child, he ain't banging a woman. But he want a baby. I hope he gets what he wants, and I hope we never have to bring up that man and stuff. Uh, Dwight Howard's new wife. Now, is they really married? I don't know.
We're not gonna talk about Dwight on my page. You're not. You're not. That's why y'all notice, like, did y'all notice when we first got together, I was posting and I was so happy and it was Black love and I was so happy. And then I was reading the comments. People was like actually adding my husband's name to talk about him.
Did you not know who your husband was before you married? I just feel like, did you not comprehend Dwight Howard, who he was, different people's opinions about him, different reactions about him? Before you married that man, he was a hot topic. Okay, I feel like before you married that man, people already, you know what I'm saying, shady, whatever. You marry a man who people already was talking this shit about. So once you start posting about that man, the trolls gonna troll your comment section. You have to literally ignore it. Now she has every right to defend her husband. That's a husband. Okay, I get that. But girl, get some thicker skin, because they're gonna come after you about Dwight.
Like adding his name, going out their way to on my page. It's not about what they say about him. It's just the fact that this is somebody's husband. Like, and I don't want to hear it. You have your opinions. I know my husband. I know who I married. Y'all don't know who I married. I don't know who y'all married. And then to go out your way to at him. I stopped posting him because I could see if it was like people saying negative things about him. You're not gonna talk about the white. But y'all going out your way and y'all adding my husband, y'all gonna at him?
First of all, I don't know why Dwight don't have his ads turned off. I feel like Dwight gets a lot of negative comments in general. I'm surprised he doesn't have it to where people can't even at his name unless he like follows them or like, you know what I'm saying? Because child, I wouldn't have time. Okay. But she said, that's my husband, that's my man, my man, my man. Don't talk about my man. I know y'all think he gay. I know it's a rumor stuff because Dwight not gay, Dwight bisexual. I know y'all think that I'm his beard or whatever. I know y'all think we ain't got no real marriage, whatever. I married that man. I love that man. Okay. We maybe they be with me together. I don't know. Okay. But you know who you married. You married him at a time where the rumors and the speculation and the conversation and stuff was real loud. Like the accusations about and the accusations about Dwight Howard are loud. Okay, this ain't no old stuff that they said, oh, back in yesteryear, we thought that 15 years ago, the white was around here, maybe liking sticks, okay, liking drumsticks and thighs. Okay, no, that man around here currently in the news for what he like. And look, ain't nothing wrong. I told y'all I like drumsticks too. So I can understand what other people would like drumsticks. Okay, I get it. I fully get it. However, I also feel like a lady, you married a man who is into things that recently came out that he was into, and people said, oh, he liked drumsticks. Oh, you know what I'm saying? And so, girl, deal with it. If you on live, they're going to say stuff about him. And every time you say, don't talk about my man, my man, my man, they're going to do it even more. So Dwight Howard, to protect your own peace, he really should cut off the option of strangers being able to at him. I'm just saying. Okay. So, girl, bless your husband. If you like it, we love it. Nikki Gilbert. Now, Nikki Gilbert, who to me, y'all know she's the lead singer from Brown song. I heard it through the grapevine that you was son. Wait, I heard it through the grapevine. I don't know. I can't think of the song right now. But anyway, y'all know her. She ruined to me, in my opinion, Nikki Gilbert ruined her reputation as this amazing singer from this amazing group when she went on R&B Divas. Once she was on R&B Divas, it was like, oh, that bitch, okay? So she was on a recent, not before, she was saying, oh, I denounced Tory Lanez, because, you know, Tory Lanez used the beat from their song. And when his song, he redid the song, and she said, "Oh, well, he's accused of doing whatever the man. I hate him, can't stand him." Well, she's backtracking.
Lanes. Ooh, they have new developments in his case now going on.
I'm glad you said that.
He was recently stabbed 14 times.
Yeah,
and he survived it.
Yes.
What were your thoughts on what was going on?
So let me use this opportunity to say this, Tory. I apologize.
Bitch, what? Why? For what? For who? For where?
For I made a post because I was just so disgusted about what I heard, and I should know better because I done heard plenty of shit about me that ain't true.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I feel you.
And
it was in court. Like he went to there was a court case. There was evidence. There was audio of him apologizing right after the shootation had happened. Girl,
might have been harboring some issues with, like, you know,
trauma,
a little trauma, and the fact that, you know, it's still some business that need to be worked out on that Say It record.
Yeah.
But I owe Tory Lanez an apology, and I'm gonna do it here publicly.
Oh.
Girl, for what? For why?
Okay.
Because I sort of jumped on the bandwagon of shame on him. Why did he do that? He got found guilty, blah, 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 blah. I was not fully in my case. I was not understanding. You know, I was naive. I believe that you go through this due process.
Tory Lanez.
And you go through the judicial system and then you lay out your facts and they...
The fact that she's been a biased, hypocritical bitch, okay, in my opinion. Y'all know Nikki Gilbert was suing the creators, the writers, producers, the people who do P-Valley, because she was saying they stole my idea. She did a play called Something Else, and she was saying they took my play, made it P-Valley, and she was suing P-Valley. I think that's one of the reasons it took P-Valley a little bit longer to come back. It was also because of the pandemic too as well. But again, the fact that she's saying this because I went and I sued. I took the P-Valley writer people to court. I lost. So because I went to court and I lost my case, well, of course that means that Tory case is fake. My case, I should have won my case. If I lost my case and he lost his case, we're the same people. Oh.
So I'm not going to speak on it for a second time prematurely, but I'm going to say this. If there was evidence that was suppressed, if there is any possibility that Tory Lanez did not do this, that man deserves a retrial.
And this is where, you know, we get to the point of realizing stupidity is the cheapest food a fool can eat. Because
it's almost hurtful to me to watch her be so dumb.
Is she stupid? I feel like you're now questioning if he's guilty, not because you've seen any evidence, but because someone said, you know what, he might be innocent. If there was any suppressed evidence, why hasn't any of that made it to the courts? If there was, girl, before you speak on stuff, do your due diligence. Look up what is being said. Okay, anyone can say the fact that if he's not guilty, he didn't defend himself. And you want to sit up here and backtrack and say, well, no, I owe him an apology. I jumped on the bandwagon. Girl, sit down somewhere. When Selena Johnson read you for it is a special place in hell for bitches like you who caused division amongst the women. And she ruined her reputation as this amazing, because I can't look at her the same anymore because she's a dodo brain. I want to say sorry for what? For who? And for why? And why is Ralph trying to convince us that Drew is around here like loving on him and stuff? Child, Ralph Pittman, you know, Drew husband, okay, from the Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all know this weekend was Memorial Day. You know, Ralph and Drew still live in the same house. Ralph lives in the basement. He's a troll under the stairs. Okay, he is a person under the stairs in the basement. Okay, but you can tell from this, it's the holiday. They want to just get along or whatever. And Ralph posted this, which to me is him trying to show, oh, see, Drew fake. Drew don't be mad at me. I hate when someone takes a cordial moment and use it for ammunition for some bullshit.
You call me?
Hello, Ralph.
What do you call me?
Hello, Ralph.
What do you call me? Yo, Drew, I made all of this food here. The steak, the hot dogs, the chicken.
Let me taste it. I'm going to sit down and make me a plate.
Oh.
Hey, Helen.
Oh. Hey,
Hi,
grandmama.
Helen.
You Ralph made the steak?
Oh, look at this.
Wow, that's so good.
That steak looked like it ain't seasoned. It looked dry. He commented and said, didn't wear the apron, but she called me daddy in the kitchen off camera. I really do this cooking thing. Happy no drama Memorial Day weekend. Y'all be safe. I feel like anybody posting me and my baby mama up in the kitchen, we not fussing. And my caption is saying, yeah, she called me daddy in the kitchen off camera. What?
Little peppermint.
We're going to have to table that to see how it tastes.
When it looked more like we are coexisting for the holiday because we have kids. And you can't always stay in the basement. You cook the food, whatever. So it aggravates me when he tries to make it seem as if, see y'all, she don't hate me. See y'all, we really be getting along. See y'all, that's not what it is. Okay, to me, that is a definition of a narcissist who wants, look, it's about me. See, she like me. I'm not no bad person, but you is. But you is. Now, Drew had came out. Did I save it somewhere? Drew had came out and she was saying, child, I didn't think this was going to be no big issue. I didn't think this we played, on the thing to be something else. Child, we was in the kitchen cooking. Okay, did I save it? I thought I did. Let me scroll. Hold on. Oh, no, that's not it either. Maybe I didn't save it. But the point was, she said he on some bullshit. Okay, we not back together. It wasn't that. I thought it was just a regular act moment, but no, he's an idiot, and I don't want that man. He just made some food. Hold on, y'all. Y'all take a little second and like the video. Okay, hold on. Boom. we're back. Okay, I had to take a little phone call real fast and stuff. As I was saying, Ralph ain't shit. But I could have swore I say what Drew said, but I guess I'm happy. Child, Nene and that man still dating. Now y'all, Nene ain't that's that lady husband. Ain't that man still married to somebody else? And every time I see Nene, she say, "Oh, I'm single. I don't want these crazy people around me and stuff." But then she still be hanging around this man who is somebody else's wife, or sorry, someone else's husband, who she still be saying he dated people. I need Nene to get it together. Okay, I do. You too old to be making these decisions. Okay, plus you Nene leaks. Why is you putting up with the bullshit of that lady's husband? Okay, for what? I don't know why you would even do that. It's weird to me, okay? But if y'all care, now I think Peter going to prison and stuff, but before he went to prison, he showed Nene a little boyfriend who I think has other girlfriends, and it's just weird, and I don't like it. I can take this thing off. I got some other things. That man got married, y'all. What's this man's name? Travis Hunter married that girl. They've been together for a minute or whatever. Okay. Is it Leanna T or Leanna Ty? They got married. He get to her little car and stuff. They say she's pregnant, and by that I mean us. They was saying that they think she's pregnant, and that may be why they got married right now before she's like showing. And I kept seeing different things of him at the reception. There was one at the reception where he was dancing, and I said, "Oh, here, right here." I said, "Child." First of all, I love love. Y'all know I love love. Okay, I want people to be happy with who they with, but something about this is screaming. Child behind the scenes, behind a e-news, breaking news. It don't seem right. Something about it don't. He getting played like some spades. Okay, allegedly they did not have a prenup. I do feel like he looked like his mama is Wanda, and that means Jamie Foxx's character Wanda. And I'm not trying to make fun of his features at all. I still think he is a man who he fine. Okay, not he fine. I'm saying I'm not making fun of his looks. Okay. But something about how he moves in the world comes off as, I can't believe I pulled her. I'm so happy I pulled her. She said yes and stuff. And so whatever she wants, she gets. A part of me feel like if you really love someone, if I would sign it, because a prenup does not mean that you get nothing. A prenup is a contract that you and him would put together, okay? And you can say, hey, well, no, don't say I get nothing. I should get something if we divorce. So I feel like people even trying to make it seem as if, well, a prenup means I get nothing. No, a prenup means we're going to discuss what you get beforehand. But to not sign a prenup when you are new in the NFL, when you are a young man around here, it's stupid. I don't know who in his family. I don't know who was in his life. Parents, aunts, uncles, pimps, hoes. I don't know. But the fact that you need some business people with you, okay? Because at the end of the day, your career is a business. You know what I'm saying? And yes, she's your wife. That's fine by me. Oh God. Oh, his mom was in his life. I hope his mama. Why did the mama say get a prenup? I don't understand why the mama didn't say get a prenup. It doesn't make sense to me. Again, I'm not against them being together. That ain't even my issue. My issue is it seemed like she gonna come out on top. it seemed like once they divorced, he gonna try to come to the black delegate. He gonna try to pull a Shannon Sharp. Okay, once that lady want his money, he gonna try to come back to us, the black delegation, to be against her who wants his money. Well, sir, we told you from the beginning she wanted it. You chose not to wear condom to protect yourself. That condoms, contracts protect your interest. Condoms and contract protect your future. Okay, if no one is telling you, hey, get a condom and a contract, then you don't. Okay, and it's crazy, but they married now. Child, he all child smiling from ear to ear. She do look like she can be, a couple months pregnant, or she could have had a burger. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, I said Jesus fix it. Lauren and Cameron, who were on Love Is Blind, I think they're the only. They're like the only successful couple that I ever hear folks talking about. They met on the Love Is Blind show. Got married. They've been married now for some years, and now they have the first baby. Okay, she is pregnant, and stuff. They've been married since 2018, and that's a child. That's what 5. That's 7 years. Being married for 7 years after meeting on a reality show. That's like a 30-year marriage. That's a 30-year in reality years. So again, congrats to them. They're pregnant. Congrats. And I think it was somebody else pregnant. The black girl who was with that black guy who said no at the altar I think her name was AD. AD and her new man is pregnant too. They both announced their pregnancies like a day or two from each other. But again, congrats to them on the baby or whatever. Kudos. Let's get some dumb stuff, because this is some dumb people committing dumb crimes for dumbass reasons, and I don't know why they think that's smart. Now I can get rid of some stuff. The people in where they at? In New Orleans. Okay, they caught a 6-person. Okay, caught his ass. I still can't believe they was like free for that long. Okay, this is 22-year-old Trevon Johnson. Okay, caught. Okay, he's arrested and stuff. Wait, no, I'm sorry. No. This is different. This is a different New Orleans prison. This is 20-year-old Trevon Johnson. However, he escaped. Okay, this was a single person escape from the prison.
Edge of a vulnerable moment and seized it. It was a comedy of errors. My message to Mr. Trevon Johnson is that we will find you. And my best advice to you is to turn yourself in.
Why is everyone able to escape prison? Because we have a prison here in like the Detroit area. Okay, it's the Mound prison. I've never heard of anyone escaping. Okay, at all. So this one guy right here, he escaped and stuff. Now I don't know if they caught him yet. Okay, however, they did catch these two people. Okay, Jermaine Donald and Leo Tate. They were the 7th and 8th people caught out of the 10 people was caught. Okay, they said the 2 still out here is armed and dangerous. Okay, but I'm like, this is the thing. If I escape prison, I'm leaving the state. You know what I'm saying? I'm jumping on a train and I'm just going somewhere else. I'm going to leave and go as far away as I can. Maybe become homeless. Okay, I'm going to be on the street begging for monies. Give me some dollars or whatever until I have enough money to buy myself a house. I don't know, but I am not staying. But again, if you escape prison, you don't have no resources. So I guess my point is, don't escape prison. Okay, unless you was Andy Dufresne, unless you are Andy motherfucking Dufresne, okay, and you have been planning the escape for 20 years, okay, had boxes and rocks and shit. If you don't have a Shawshank Redemption plan on what to do once you escape, don't leave prison. Because all you do is add more time to your sentence. You get the folks in trouble who helped you. So you don't really do shit besides make things worse. It also means people who's already in the prison, they're on lockdown. Why? Because now no one can leave because it's a hole in the wall. So you've ruined it for the other inmates, for yourself, for your family, and whoever else helped you along the way. Okay, if you do not have a plan, a boat, a plane ticket, okay, a hop, skip, and a jump ride to have a whole new life, stop bothering the people by escaping. It's just not fair, okay? It ain't fair at all. So again, as of yesterday, they were still looking for Antoine Massey and Derek Groves. And ain't both of them murderers? I ain't helping no murderers. Okay, if you look and let you have, if you sold some weed, okay, if you was a booster, I may help you. Okay, I'm not helping no felons who are armed and no. Get your ass back. Go to jail. Go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. They make me so upset. Okay. Again, them the faces, right? Okay, and they looked, and what y'all did when y'all was free? Okay, nothing. Not nothing. Up here wasting all the time. Okay. Oh, they caught him too. Okay, they had caught Linton Van Buren. Okay, he was number 6. He was 6. You know what I'm saying? Then they were 7 and 8. Okay, we just need 9 and 10. Okay, Derek Groves and Antoine, because if they could have been the smart ones who left the state. So if you live somewhere around New Orleans, okay, somewhere around Louisiana, they could be around your house. So look out for those. Again, they killers around here, okay? Still on the loose. Okay, the juice is loose. And then the grandmama, okay, Jermaine Donald grandmama, was sending that man money. I say, bitch, not you sending that man money.
For allegedly helping one of the inmates who broke out of the Orleans Parish Jail. This latest arrest prompting another warning from law enforcement officials to not help the men who are still on the run. Louisiana State Police say Connie Whedon of Slidell was in contact with Jermaine Donald. They say she sent him cash via a cell phone up after his escape. NOPD Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick, who remember is not in charge of the jail, but is a part of the massive man.
How you got grandmama? Now she locked up. Now we know grandparents love their I love my grandbaby. Okay, my grandbaby was out here hungry. I could not leave. He called me and said, "Grandmama, I'm hungry." And I said, well, "You can't come here, okay? But I will send you some money." Okay, 59-year-old grandmama Connie Whedon locked up. They wanted her out. Okay. That's so dumb. If DJ called me with a job, please don't let me get no trouble. Would I send him somebody? I probably would. But I still feel like no, I would not. If DJ was in some trouble, and if he escaped said trouble and called me, I would say, "Boy, I'm coming to get you," and I would have took him to back to jail. You want to know why? Because you on the run can get you killed. You know what I'm saying? You on the run ain't helping. And I'm a firm believer in there's no sense in helping someone get in more trouble when encouraging them to know, go finish out this shit. Go, just go, because otherwise we all gonna be fucked up. So he escaped. Now he gonna be locked up. Grandmama locked up. It ain't help nobody. It's easier to say, hey, grandson, I'm gonna come get you, and drive his ass to the jail. And now she locked the child. Got her locked up. They want her locked, okay? A Checkers employee is arrested, okay, because he fatally shot a customer over extra mail packets. First of all, mail is nasty, okay? I'm just saying. But 23-year-old Checkers employee is now facing first-degree murder because he shot a customer over fucking dispute over mail. Girl, see, stupidity. Elijah Travis Mackey was arrested because of a verbal disagreement at a Checkers over there in Florida. The victim was Wesley Road, received his food at the drive-thru, but was unhappy with his order and began speaking to an employee. While speaking with a female employee, okay, he said, hey, I want a manager. Okay. He then got into contact with either way it go, no one should be killed over some fucking mail packets. So while arguing, the customer who wanted his mail and the killer man, okay, they fussing. And when dude said, man, you a bitch in the pussy. Oh, now pow. Now, first of all, why does the Checkers employee have a gun, try to pull a gun from his waistband? If you work, is that legal? Can you have your pew with you at work? And part of me feel like if you work at I don't think that's legal. So having your gun with you at work is weird. Shooting someone over mail packets is insane. So I hope the shooter, okay, what's the man's name? I hope 23-year-old, what's his name, child? Elijah Travis Mackey goes directly to jail, goes to prison for life, because when you kill someone for such senseless, the only time I feel that 187 in somebody is warranted is if you are doing it to defend yourself. It's either you or them. Then by all means do what you got to do. Okay, and sometimes if somebody fuck with people, I get it, but I'm not pow with nobody over fucking mail at Checkers. So I hope we go to jail forever and ever. I thought it was one more crazy. Oh, old man crazy. And where he from? Florida. Okay. 69-year-old Florida man set his home on fire with his 5 roommates inside. Okay, because one of them decided, no, I will not give you a ride. Sir, call Uber. Okay. 69, you are 69, you've made it towards the end of your life, okay? 69 damn near 7, you have more time behind you than in front of you. 69, you're facing 1 count of arson and 5 counts of attempted first-degree murder because he set his own house on fire. Now, he's already convicted felon. He has a history dating back to 1965. So he's been his whole life. At 3:15 in the morning, he entered the bedroom of one of his 5 roommates and asked for a ride. First of all, why? Where you going at 3:15? Okay, where are you going at 3 o'clock? And did you come and wait and get me up? Okay, again, went in his roommate's room, said, "Hey, I need a ride." No, I'm not getting up at all. Okay, the roommate declined, so Thomas asked for a jumper cake was there to give him his own vehicle. No, bitch, it's 3:00. Leave me alone. Okay, no, it's 3. Look, first of all, your first mistake, don't come waking me up. I'm old. I'm probably old too. Leave me alone. Okay, but he said no, no, no. Well, he got pissed off. Went outside. Okay. Child went outside walking around with a jug of, he had a lighter fluid stuff. Walked outside with a jug of unidentified liquid. It had to be gas. Okay. The same roommate said that he heard a boom shortly after smell gas. Once he stepped out the room, he saw a flame. Child, thank God they didn't die. Okay. It says one was injured and needed surgery. Where did you need to go at 3 a.m. that was worth you trying to kill 5 people to get there? The amount of time it took you to set the house on fire, you could have walked or called Uber or called a bus to wherever you were going. Also, the police also say Thomas was also served an eviction notice. Just it was a child. It was going to get evicted. Old people crazy. Old people, young people. Just I don't want none of it. Okay, I don't want none of it. Let's get to my what's it called, child? The people on the thumbnail. Okay, the people on the thumbnail. But y'all take 30 little seconds and do something. Like the video. And we're back. The one thing I forgot, Jaheim got arrested too, child. Jaheim, child, look. Once the front is gone, like once all of this is gone, once your hairline start behind your ear, this go bald. You will look fine bald. Okay, but Jaheim has been charged with 6 counts of animal cruelty in Atlanta. He was in trouble earlier this month. It says the singer was arrested on May 1st for several charges of animal cruelty. 6 counts of animal cruelty and was released from jail the next day. They revealed he didn't give them some water. The house was dirty, and it wasn't no ventilation. Where he live? He owns, it says Tweet, a pit bull terrier, Tip, a French bulldog, Taka, a hound mixed breed, Tinker pit girl. You got too many dogs. Look, if you can't afford to take care of your dogs, don't have dogs. Okay, they treat dogs better than us. They be pissed off when you do things to animals. They don't be caring about the peoples or whatever. But I'm like, first of all, Jaheim, shave your head. Okay. Move to a house that is not dirty. Okay. If you have water, how would you not just give them water? Like, is the water cut off? I don't understand. Okay. But I mean, he looked like he don't treat dogs right. Okay. But I'm like, whatever. The AMAs for this weekend, I didn't watch them. I did not. What a thing, yeah. Hold on. Let me scroll. Okay. First of all, they said through the whole broadcast, they only gave out 6 awards. I didn't really care. Okay. Let's see. Billie Eilish won for One of the Year. I don't know who Gracie Abrams is, who won for New Artist. Billie Eilish won for Album. Did she win everything? Hold on. Billie Eilish won for Artist of the Year, Album of the Year, Song of the Year, collaboration with the Bruno Mars and Gaga. Doechii won song. Okay, Doechii won Song of the Year. No, Social Song of the Year for Anxiety. Billie Eilish won for favorite touring artist. I don't care. Gaga and Bruno Mars won. Billie Eilish won for mainly everything. Beyonce won for favorite female country artist. Yay to Beyonce. Beyonce won for Cowboy Carter for favorite country album. Okay, like that. But I don't think we care that much about nobody. When Eminem won for favorite male hip, is Eminem still rapping? Eminem won for favorite male hip hop artist. Megan won for favorite female hip hop artist. Eminem's album won for favorite hip hop album. I did not even know that he had an album out. Not Like Us won for favorite hip hop song, which makes sense because it's the biggest song. SZA won for favorite female R&B, and she won for favorite R&B song. I feel like we don't care about other people. Yeah, we don't care. But I don't think any of this really showed on the show. Janet Jackson won the Icon Award. Okay. Now, she also performed, and do I have her thing here? The outfit she wore, I want the other one because I don't want to show her picture. The outfit she wore to the red carpet is the same outfit she wore to perform and that she wore to get her award. I'm like, she didn't change clothes. Anyway, Janet did like 2 or 3 songs of a matchup or whatever. When I watched her perform, because I watched her performance back, Janet Jackson is an icon. Even though in her award speech, she said she did not consider herself an icon. She said, we love music in the family, and we just, fame came with it, which is fine. I feel like Janet is not 20 anymore. And I'm not calling her old because she did great. You know what I'm saying? But you can also tell it was a toned down performance. Things moved at her pace, which is great. It was still great. But I also felt like, I'm like, is she singing songs? Is she skipping some words? Not sure. I don't know. But either way it go, Janet Demeter Jackson, okay, is absolutely an icon. We want to, now she looked great. Okay. Janet still look 25. Okay. I don't know what she's done. I don't know who she paid. You know what I'm saying? Because we've seen other Jacksons. Okay. And other Jacksons have aged. Janet has not. Okay. Janet still looked. I'm like, bitch, is it now? Like it could have been makeup. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, she still looked like she's 25, maybe 30. Maybe 30. So she looked amazing. And it was a good performance, but I also felt like it was just not as upbeat, fast paced as it used to be. And I think that's smart because you don't want to overdo it either. But congrats to Janet and stuff. Now, J-Lo hosted the show. Okay. Child, look. First of all, let me show you some fashions. Hold on. Because we had so Janet was in her outfit. Janet was in some jeans, child, a big ass coat, and a white beater. Okay. And that was fine by me. Okay. We had Sierra who was there. Sierra, them legs, child. To me, that Sierra dress is too small. Okay. Her titties are going to pop out. So to me, Sierra dress around the titties is not the right fit. To me, It isn't. I like the dress. I like the idea. If the top titty part, which is 2-3 inches higher, it would not look like her titties can't fit in the dress. Okay. I loved Tiffany Haddish's outfit. I loved it. Loved it. I love the color, the fit. That it was great, front to back. Jordan, is it Jordan Childs? The gymnast. A part of me wish her dress was just different. You know, she's a very athletic body, and to me, and I don't want to come off harsh. I do not. Because there's nothing wrong with someone having an athletic body at all. But I feel like between the tan lines, and stuff, the makeup being too bright, and stuff, I don't like it. I don't like it. And I just don't like it. I don't think that dress fits her body type at all. She's a beautiful young woman, but I just didn't like it. We then had Peppa, Wayne Brady was there, Sexy Red was there, Shabuzi, Kalani, I think it was Kalani, and Kalani. I want Sexy Red to stop dressing like a stripper. I really want her to stop dressing like she sells pussy for a living. I really want her to stop it. Okay. I also want her to stop going to the ATM machine and getting cash to hold her hand on the red carpet. I get that's a little girl. I need you to move past holding up money on the red carpet, looking like you sell pussy. I really need that to stop. Okay, I need you to elevate your brand. I need you to realize that you do not have to do that. Like, be your beautiful self, okay? But you around here, girl, in lingerie and cash, like you out here selling cooch. Okay, Peppa dress has too much fabric. That little black thing around her waist, I don't know what it is. Her face is better. You can tell Peppa had work done and she let it settle. Okay? Because she had bad work done before. But Peppa looks great now. She went and sat down for a minute and stuff. Again, let things heat. Because I think at one point she was sick from after like an accident that happened to her, whatever. But again, Peppa looks great. Wayne Brady looked like he was wading through the water. Okay, the fact that the child part of his suit is a different color, it looked like he was this child walking through water and had the suit get wet. Okay, but he's a handsome bald man. Shabuzi is Shabuzi. Okay, it's chaps and a jacket. Do I like it? No, but it's Shabuzi. What I'm gonna say? He's a handsome man that can get it. Kalani is a dress that doesn't fit well. Okay. And that's what that is. And then other looks that I had is just J-Lo. So J-Lo hosted the show. She had like 6 outfit changes or whatever. These are the 6. All of these outfits for the award show was cute. Okay. I don't like the big blue train thing. I don't like that with the dress. But whatever. Again, simple pantsuits and dresses and whatnot, and then shoes or whatever. Now, her red carpet outfit was cute too. J-Lo's performance, I'm assuming it was supposed to be like a what's that movie, y'all? It's called Ultron. Like the Tron Legacy franchise or whatever. I was assuming was the theme of what she did. J-Lo's performance was cringy. To me, it was cringy. A part of me feel like J-Lo doesn't fully know what to do with herself now. She performed, I think one of her own. She performed about for 40 seconds, maybe 30 seconds of her own song. She then went to do like different songs that were nominated, but she was just dancing. We all know that J-Lo, we all know that J-Lo can dance. She was a fly girl. She danced and all. She's been dancing her whole life. We get that. At some point, though, you have to also know that you're no longer a background dancer. You're no longer a backup dancer. And J-Lo being the main member of the background dancing group that she wants to be in, it was just weird to me. And she kissed a girl and a guy, a la when Madonna did it to Britney and Christina. I'm like, why are you kissing two people? For what? I'm confused. And the outfit was weird that she wore. Again, it gave space age alien stuff. I'm like, child, I just felt like her outfit looked like a robot stripper. To me, it gave robot stripper. The patches of where it was just, I just didn't understand what she was trying to do. And the first clip I saw was her dancing to Babe Not Like Us by Kendrick, and I was like, but who is they? And ain't you us? I was confused. So I did not like the performance. I felt like J-Lo was be J-Lo. You know what I'm saying? To me, the performance wasn't a J-Lo performance. It was her trying to be each different genre, and she looked weird doing it. Also, I don't even think you need to do those tricks and flips and all that you did. I don't think you don't need it. You have worked to where you don't have to do any of that. And I think that's why I felt the award one, no one watched. That's one. No stars came. When I showed y'all the looks of those were the only like people I knew. It was a couple maybe like white people that was whatever, but like they're really no one who was nominated for, I think, like best album came. Like no one showed up to the AMAs who were nominated. No one. I mean, Shabuzi was there. That was cool. But like nobody, Billie Eilish, who won everything, wasn't there. So I'm just like, I mean, Janet came. That was great. She was, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, to me, that's a failure. And J-Lo, during that opening number, and it was cringy, not only because it was just cringy, but because I'm like, that's not J-Lo. Like whoever choreographed that made it to where, okay, we're gonna make you be this and make you, and that ain't who she is. Like it's just it's a no for me. You know what I'm saying? And I also put look. A lot of folks said to have J-Lo be the host in the midst of a Diddy trial where she ain't said shit was kind of weird. I don't know. But yeah, it was a failure, in my opinion. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Because do better next time. Just do better. Money Long was around here, okay, saying how black women don't like her.
Only ever black women that say they don't like my personality. You notice that? Because I'm being myself. I'm acting just like your raggedy mom and your aunties. With them ashy cankles. This is how they act. There's something wrong with my personality.
You don't like me, you don't like yourself.
Exactly. Take a look in the mirror, but you don't like you.
Who are you?
They be like, oh, she's so, what you want me to do? What it is you're a bully and you used to people laying down letting them do whatever. I'm not that. It's never going to be that.
I'm
never.
Not her and this ain't that.
Like, oh, she stinks. She got to, who are you? I got to be nice to you. What did you do?
It's called being confident in who you are. And
exactly. No, I see the comments, Kelly. But it's just amazing to me. I'm not even doing anything. I'm sitting here enjoying brunch with my friends. But I got attitude. My attitude is nasty.
I think your attitude comes with the success. If you were not money.
This is the thing about what you said. I feel like it's okay for her to be like, for her to respond back to someone saying, "Oh, you got to take attitude." It's fine, okay. I think where she lost me was saying it's only black women who don't like me. It's only black women who criticize me, and I'm like, I mean, how many white people, really like know and follow her like that? Okay. So she then was like, I didn't say that.
I said, I don't like black women. I don't even know what the headline was because it's not what I said.
The headline was, you said it's only black women who talk about you negatively, is what you said.
I was speaking about somebody specifically who came on the chat and was being rude to me. And for those of the people that come on my lives all the time, they know that there's people. That's why I have several moderators. They keep me protected in here, and they take people out of the chat.
So her playing Carl Thomas is sending me. She tried to backtrack and say she didn't say that. She didn't say that she doesn't like black women. I feel like you said what you said. Like, you did say it.
There's only ever black women that say they don't like my personality. You notice that? Because I'm being myself. I'm acting just like your raggedy mom and your aunties.
It's only black women who don't like me. And you're mad at me because I'm acting like your raggedy mama and your raggedy auntie. I'm like, no, why they gotta be raggedy? Then why would you say that? Then how we get here? What is we doing? And I feel like this is why everybody is not made to be on lives, because you respond so quickly and you don't realize that you've said something offensive. Because again, it's not the issue of saying, it's women around here who don't like me. It's the narration of it's only black women. And then you go from that to you don't like me because I'm like your raggedy mama. You're like, why my mama and my auntie gotta be raggedy? So I think people reacted to what you said.
Mooney Long, not too much on us, baby girl. Not too much. You better watch what you say. Out here talking about it's only black women that don't like your personality. It might be because it's only black women that know you. It's only black women that ever gave you a damn chance, but that can be stopped.
Because most of her fans are black women. I love her voice. You know what I'm saying? I'm a black woman.
We can take that card back if you'd like to see who really supports you out here. I mean, Mooney Long was on her live today. I guess she was getting some trolls in her comments. And instead of her just dealing with them trolls as a black woman, she wanted to let it be known that it's only black women that don't like her. I think it was only black women that supported your ass too. Didn't nobody like Hours and Hours and all these songs till we liked it.
I mean, that's kind of true now.
You know what I'm saying? No one liked your music till we liked it.
Black people have supported Money Long, is what I would say.
And now, because you think you got other people of diverse communities liking your music, you don't really want to recognize who made your shit hot. You bumped your head, little girl. Instead of you, Mooney Long, not too. Instead of you talking about black women, you need to be talking about the people that troll you, because black women also supported you.
And that was my point. You can comment on folks trolling you without making it an issue that, only black women does blah, 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 bloop.
But we don't have to, though. We don't have to. Mooney Long, not too much on us, baby girl.
Sherry. Never stop with Sherry. Your duets are off. And I can't stitch the video. Also can't save it. Or else I would have done that. First of all, it's Money, not Mooney. Nice to meet you. And the first question that I have for you, Miss Sherry, is you said you better watch what you say. Or what?
Instead of you talking about black.
Glad you agree that disrespect will not be tolerated. Because I can resonate with you there. It won't. I know I look young because I drink water and mind my business.
Girl, don't ruin your fan base by trying to react and respond to someone saying what a lot of other Black women probably felt, because you can't just generalize and say only Black women, critique me. The truth of the matter is there might not be other people who know of you like we do, because we support you, because we're Black people. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? So instead of saying, you know what, I was talking about one person and I should not have said, hey, Black women. Okay, I should have said, hey, why is it that people be talking cash shit about me? Maybe I should not have said, only Black women, and then follow that up with, because I remind you of your raggedy mama and raggedy auntie. So I think it's a plethora of things that you could have said at that point in time. But when you try to, put a whole group and say, well, only Black women do this because I'm like they raggedy mama, it's like you are insulting your own fan base. When in hindsight, you don't know who it was in that first post who said something about you, because anybody can put up any picture as their avatar to troll people. It could be a whole white man, who wear tube socks as gloves, who's the real culprit. But you're assuming it's Black women. And so that's on you. So, girl, just tread lightly. And when you went back on here and we're trying to talk, child, I can't listen because you got Carl Thomas. But when people apologize and they have stuff in the background that's distracting, I can't hear you. Because how are you trying to talk to me with Carl Thomas playing and I can't hear you? You know what I'm saying? So hopefully she learns her lesson and just don't look. Sometimes cuss the bitch out and don't make it about all people. I do it all the time. Who else in my thumbnail? I be forgetting. We did the AMA stuff. Let me get the Q in there. Y'all remember Q, right? Q and Dawn from Daddy 6, Daddy Kane, and Day 26. Where is it? Child, where is that? Oh God. I know I saved it. I gotta find it, y'all, because I don't know where it's at. Did I delete it? I can't. Oh, I may only have the one part. Q was talking to child Amy Brobeck and them and said this.
Check 1, 2.
I can't stand hearing you say that. Check.
Yeah?
Giving me PTSD.
Q, this is the first time we've gotten a chance to talk to you and get a reaction.
I'm just like I'm overwhelmed.
Did you know those things were happening? Q, how would you describe your relationship with Diddy?
Well, I call Diddy Mr. Mogul. People with influence can manipulate. He wanted full control. Felt like Diddy was trying to hurt me or come get me.
You felt as if they
were trying to hurt me in my sleep.
So there are people who do know what happened to you, and there's a reason you believe why they're not telling you?
Mm-hmm. It felt like, I'm not gonna cry.
Mic check 1, 2.
I can't stand hearing you say that.
I know for a fact I had it saved. And sometimes I will save stuff, but if the blog deletes the shit, it's gone. So both Dawn and Q had put out these long dissertations because Q basically accused Dawn of she's accusing him of
Mic check 1.
saying Diddy gave her an ecstasy pill to give to him years ago. And he took the pill and he woke up like tripping. He woke up screaming or whatever. And so he was accusing Don, basically, of drugging him via Diddy. He was accusing Don of like doing Diddy's bidding, in my opinion. Saying, you know, she was the one who gave me the pill, you know, saying Diddy said to give it to me or whatever. And then I woke up and I was surrounded by people who were laughing at me, recording me. And so I know I ain't crazy. I must have unliked it. Hold on. Boom. So I'm like, I know I had seen it. So again, it was him accusing her. Ugh, I don't want to click the link. Child, I'm so aggravated. It was him accusing her. It was a whole long story, child, of it. And then she came back and said, bitch, you a lie. Because how can you say that I did all these things to you, but then even after all that happened, we still was dating, you still had me around your family, you still was hanging around Diddy and them or whatever. If you felt like all of this was done to sacrifice you, if you felt like it was some kind of thing to get at you, to embarrass you and blah, blah, bloop, then why did you keep dating me? Why did you keep going around people I told you to watch out for? You know, some of the things that you said happened, I wasn't even around at that point in time. And so she is like denying that she was the one who ever gave him something that caused him some embarrassment. Like, it wasn't me. I didn't do that, and blah, blah, blah. Now, I've seen folks also saying how she's doing to Q what people did to Cassie, saying people then said if Diddy was so bad to Cassie, then why did she stay around? And that's true. That's true. I feel two different ways. I feel like it is very much so possible that while partying in the bad boy family, okay, as Diddy Kane, dating whatever, I do feel like they all was probably doing drugs, in my opinion. And I feel like maybe Don's point is, you're talking as if I purposefully helped drug you to hurt you, and that ain't what it was. I don't think Don. I'm so pissed. I can't find the post that I had saved earlier. And I probably just unsaved it by mistake, but it was her saying, "You can't blame me for that. I never did that. That ain't me. It ain't what happened. You know, don't be lying on me, sir." No. Diddy could have easily said, "Hey, y'all, take this." And I don't think Don has a drug testing kit on her. So is it possible that they all thought it was just ecstasy and maybe he had a bad experience? I don't know. Not sure. But the fact that now both posts, what he said and what I can't find the shit nowhere. And I had it saved on two different blogs. And usually that means that people who wrote it, like that means Don and Q probably deleted their post and then say, "Hey, take that down." But again, it's now deleted. But that was a part of what wasn't here. I feel like when Don and Q were a couple, it was a weird dynamic of what happened when they broke up. No one knew why they broke up, what had happened. We knew that Q had some kind of emotional issues in life. We never knew what it was. I think for a long time, we tied it to stuff with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? And to hear him say, "Well, no, you know, Don gave me the X pills, which I thought was ecstasy, but I had this horrible trip to where I, was woke up and I didn't know what happened to myself. But I'm like, why would you think that she knew if Diddy did slip you something, Don sacrificing you would make no sense. You know what I'm saying? I feel like even him saying, I felt like it was a sacrificial thing that they did. I felt like, I'm saying, it was to, to put, I'm saying, I didn't understand that piece of it. I do fully believe that while partying, I fully believe that child, I'm so dumb. Y'all don't get older. Don't do it. It's right here. It's right here. I found it. I didn't know what I was talking about. Okay. Now look, I can't read all of this stuff. I'm going to read the majority of it that I can get through. Okay. I take full accountability for what I allow into my life, because in the end I had a choice. But let me be candid. I genuinely believe I was taking something I tried before. It wasn't ecstasy. It turned out to be a horse tranquilizer given to me by my ex-girlfriend, who was gone, who claimed it was from her boss to give to me. Roughly 20 minutes after swallowing that red pill, my body heated up and I collapsed into unconsciousness. I remember being on the upper level of the mansion near the pool, and then nothing. I later woke up in a room downstairs, laying in the bed, with no memory of how I got there. I emerged from a deep, paralyzing sleep, screaming and sobbing, my body in shock, my mind spinning in confusion. The horror of realizing I had been drugged with something far more potent than what I was led to believe shattered me. There were 2 red pills. She never took hers. But I feel like if you passed out, how do you know what she did? In my opinion. Okay. But again, I digress. The part always haunted me. It felt less like a shared experience and more like an experiment. Like I was the lab mouse in some twisted trial to see how fast I collapsed. And none of it was funny. It was terrifying. My trust had been manipulated and my vulnerability exploited. And after I came to, I began experiencing disturbing psychological symptoms. So again, at some point we said Q was different. Q is different. Okay. He said he was having hallucinations, racing thoughts, intense paranoia, and crushing anxiety. My thoughts weren't clear. My memory started slipping. It felt like my mind had regressed. Again, he said a whole bunch of this stuff. Okay. Don said, hold up, bitch. Don said, I want to be clear, bitch. Okay. I never drugged anyone. Nor have I ever given anyone pills to take. The suggestion that I did is so categorically false. If such a belief were genuine, it would be inconsistent with the actions that followed, such as inviting me into your home, introducing me to your family, okay, staying with me in a relationship. It would also be inconsistent with choosing to attend social events without me. I think our point was, you're saying I did something. You're saying because to me, I'm like, he's more blaming Dom than Diddy. And I think that's the issue I have with it. I feel like they absolutely were at a party, at an event, and took drugs. I think that absolutely happened. I think the only issue I have was with him trying to say, Dawn gave it to me. Dawn did it. I trusted Dawn, and look what she did. And not, because how would Dawn know what the pill was? And if y'all, that's why I always say, child, don't be around here accepting drugs from people you can't do it. You never know. Go make the pill yourself. Okay. So it's not that I don't believe what he said happens. My issue is him seemingly saying Dawn gave it to me, and she told me it was from Diddy. Okay. And so my trust is gone. You know what I'm saying? She brought up how throughout our time together and even after our separation, I made a kind of decision not to share or disclose private matters or the circumstances surrounding the end of our. I just said, y'all, we never knew what happened. She said, I chose to not say shit to protect you. I did it out of respect for you and your family. What happened? Okay. At the moment, I believe it is essential to recognize that many people are dealing with pain and hardships. Again, I like the fact that she's not even saying what Q said didn't happen. All she's saying is, don't blame me for it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't me. It wasn't me. She's saying, don't make it seem as if it came from me, that I chose to drug you, that I had a help in doing that or whatever. We all dealt with shit because of who? Of Diddy. Okay? Diddy was a culprit. And I think that's the part to focus on. If anyone said to me, Diddy told me to give this to you, because at that time, that's how shit was. I think her point is saying, you're trying to point the finger at me, even if Diddy told me to give you something, how am I supposed to know what it is? So I don't like him not at least saying, even saying Diddy used my own girlfriend to embarrass me. Because truth be told, at that point in time, day 26 wasn't nobody to be, make an example out of it. And again, I love the fact that she's never saying, she's not negating something happened. Because she said it will also be inconsistent with choosing to attend social events without me, engaging with individuals I have previously expressed concerns about, and continuing to live with or provide favors to those same individuals. Many of these actions occurred while I was not present or even in contact with you, meaning even before or after us as a couple, you were still doing and hanging and doing. You know what I'm saying? So again, the truth is always wrapped up in the middle. And I'm like, the true guilty culprit child is Diddy. It's Diddy, it's Diddy, it's Diddy. Okay. I'm a touch on Remy and Pat. Okay. Because Remy and Papoose have been fussing all weekend. Okay. The shit started on Thursday. Maybe even Wednesday, because I was live on Thursday. I think it maybe, no, it was Wednesday. It was Wednesday. And she was on live. He was on live. It was a back and forth situation. She ended up showing old text from 2014. I said, bitch, now that is 11 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So she was showing old text from 2014, accusing him of messing with his baby mama back. Girl, I was like, I don't. She kept going live.
When he realized that a regular nigga that can rap, but just not the way we do it. By the way, he makes $50,000 per battle, has about 5-6 battles a year, so he makes at least $250,000 a year. You understand? Great credit score. I never seen a person with a credit score like this in my life. Like the richest people that I've been around. But anyway, unlike some people who beg me to add their name to one of my properties and I have a fucking lien on it because they don't pay their taxes. He couldn't believe and couldn't fathom why him. So while he's sitting there, she was saying, why Hitman? Why Goods? Why are you fucking lying? Why are you lying? You was devastated.
The fact that Remy kept,
he knew his job at TuneCore was solidified via that bitch you was fucking over there. Play with me. I fucking dare you. Play with me.
Again, Remy kept posting. So even somehow this is the footage that Papoose was mad about, because it's her and oh boy. So again, Remy had a boyfriend a long time ago. Okay. Remy and old boy had been dating, all up on each other. That's like at one time, like, why are folks mad at Papoose? when Remy got a dude too. Like Remy has a whole boyfriend. I was so confused. Okay, so Remy was posting like, "Oh yeah, this is what Papoose is upset about because my new man, my man. I'm happy now." And I'm like, why? Long posts. Why the back and forth? Why? You know, Pat was posting. You know, I gave her gifts. You know what I'm saying? And stuff. She lying on me. And I'm like, I need y'all to stop. Okay, it was back and forth and back and forth. Even him saying she's editing stuff, she tweet it. We don't care. Okay. Then child, they say Remy posted an old picture of Clarissa at Shade. I feel like people trying to speak negatively about how Clarissa looked as a teenager. Like, I don't think y'all remember Clarissa was from, well, not from, she's from Flint. Flint is a city here in Michigan. Whatever I'm saying, it ain't the best city, ain't the worst either. Okay, it ain't the worst. But I'm like, she came from like meager beginnings. I'm like, her having short hair, her being a darker skinned girl, her having regular features or whatever. I'm like, I feel like trying to shame how she looked is wrong. But I feel like it's not fair. You know, in my opinion, it's not fair because a lot of folk will say Remy before she went to prison ain't the Remy that we see now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like it when people try to face shame people's just regular face. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's not fair because Remy looked different now than she looked back then. You know what I'm saying? And this is Remy once she got some money. So when I seen people who kept posting Clarissa, but before her, but as a teenager, you know what I'm saying? So when she said, "Hey, this is between when I was 15. I was 15. I cut my hair. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm fighting somebody. I'm gonna beat somebody up." And I even feel like people trying to act like, that she is not a beautiful woman now. You know what I'm saying? She's wearing a bit more makeup. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get a regular picture. She's wearing a bit more makeup. Her hair is different. You know what I'm saying? But she's not an ugly girl. So it aggravates me when people attempt to try to diminish how she looked as a teen. Because she has had just regular features. You know what I'm saying? That's it. It was the regular features. And she looked different now. Everybody gets somebody that look a little bit different. Because Remy did too. I seen folk discuss her fashion. Now look, she's not a fashion girl. Sometimes, what she wear be dumb a little bit. Not dumb, different. You know what I'm saying? She dressed different. I think it's because she's just now starting to, not be wearing boxing. Like, bitch, I'm not boxing right now. So I may not know the best outfits to wear. I might like weird clothes. Yeah, she's a tomboy. When you have time, when you've been a tomboy your whole life, and you're trying to add some feminine touches, it be some hits and some misses. It be some hits and some misses, okay? And so she's had a couple of misses, which sometimes the shoes ain't right, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But she's wearing what she's comfortable in. But I'm like, I don't like it that people tried to shame her because of how she naturally looks. I'm like, let's not play. She's a beautiful young woman. She don't even need all the extra makeup. You know what I'm saying? But people seem to like to talk cash shit about people, and they then think they need hair and makeup and wigs and weaves and, you know what I'm saying? And you don't need all that. But I'm like, let's not, the same way that when we put, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Leave that girl alone. Okay, leave that lady alone. She's a boxer. Okay, her face gonna be swollen sometime, hair braided up in the back because she's training. She said before in a interview how when she was younger, I was training since I was a teenager. That was what she loved to do. So when I seen folk who kept reposting this picture, like, oh, look how she looked. Many kids look like that. So I'm like, let's not do that, because what happens is you then make other young adults who look like her feel like they look bad, and they don't at all. That's why I feel like Papoose and Remy in their marriage, the shit didn't work out. She moved on to old boy. He moved on to Clarissa. And I don't like the fact that Clarissa feels the need to consistently defend herself because so many folk be saying shit. Now, do she sometimes need to stop bringing up Pat? Cool. I can maybe. But I'm like, she shouldn't have to avoid discussing her relationship just because his wife is Remy. So that aggravates me because I feel like they're trying to make it seem like Remy looks better than her. So Pat has like downgraded, which he hasn't. So I want Remy and Papoose to go their separate ways. Let this divorce play out and leave it be, bitch. Leave it be. Because I am old enough to remember Remy before she went to prison. Okay. I'm just saying, when Remy went to prison, that hair is ugly. Okay. Remy has a regular looking face. The same way that Clarissa did. And she's older. Okay. All I'm saying is everybody has bad outfit moments, bad makeup moments, bad fashion moments. And let's not try to let Remy think she won because she currently looks cute. And her fashions are better than they used to be. Her wigs are better than they used to be. Okay. I'm just saying. Period. Remy got a boyfriend. Pat got a girlfriend. Let's let it be. Let's let it go. If not, it's going to be consistent back and forth. And for what? They not getting back together. Pat seems happy. Remy say she happy. Well, bitch, be happy separate. Leave it be. Let it go. Let that be that. Okay. Anyway, lastly, the Diddy of it all. So, the Diddy trial. I feel like Diddy and them, it's because it's supposed to be a 6 to 8 week trial. It may go about 5 to 6 weeks. That we're on week 3 right now, and today the main person was Capricorn Clark. So Capricorn is Diddy's old assistant. She was around the whole time that he was Cassie. Now that's her back in the day on the left. That's her in court today on the right. Okay. Some time has came. She's aged a little bit or whatever. So you know what I'm saying. But the artist drawing these pictures, I said, now why y'all make her be an old lady? Why y'all make her be an old lady? Girl, what is y'all doing? Okay. So Capricorn Clark testified, right? Oh, Diddy mama was there too. I want his mama to go sit down somewhere. Because your son did it. But yeah, his mama was there in her wig as usual, supporting her son. As any mother would. Okay, as any mother would. I don't know if his kid, because usually they'll show pictures of the kids. I didn't see the boys there. I know the girls ain't there. Okay, so I'm not sure. But the mama was there. So Capricorn was testifying, right? Now, this is one thing. I feel like Capricorn was there doing the Kid Cudi thing. What did he beat Cassie up? She was the person who told Cassie to get a burner phone. She was a part of the shit. Okay? Fully. Now, some of the tweets, because, I follow Inner City Press. And, let me see. I feel like, where is the one from today? I don't even feel like going over. Look, her testimony was basically like this. I worked with Diddy. I was around him. I did have to set up hotel rooms for him and Cassie, him and Kim. I did see him with guns. He came to my house one night at like 5:30 in the morning and with a gun, child, because he had found out about I'm gonna go to this man's thing and see if I can get the whole thing. Because I just feel like it was so much conversation that she had. But she's like, he came to my house at like late at night, banging on my door with a gun because he found out about Cassie messing around with Kid Cudi. He basically forced me to go with him to Kid Cudi's house. While he and Screedy went into the house, I called Cassie and said, hey, did he know we here or whatever? Just crazy how she's like, I was scared to say no. I didn't have a choice but to go with him to Cudi's house. I had no choice. I felt like I had no choice. I was like, first of all, bitch, what? I don't want to go. Okay? I don't want to go. I don't want to be here. Like, leave me alone. I don't want. And it's the fact that she was like the assistant. Like, it wasn't that she was this person and she was this the assistant. I'm trying to scroll back to see all what happened. But it was a long, drawn out thing. She also used to work for Suge. Okay. She also used to work for Suge. And she said right here, they say, what was your relation to Suge Knight? And she, well, let me make it bigger. I can read it. What was your relation to Suge Knight? She said, he's the father of my friend's child. So she's a baby mama friend. Okay. I didn't work with Diddy. Okay. He's in here. She worked for him from 2004 to 2012. Were you kidnapped? She said, yes. Bitch, once I find out you kidnapped me, I want to go. Okay. When did you first meet Diddy? Back in 2002. I don't care about. She worked for him. She would shadow him from the time he woke up to whenever. She was also the head of Sean John Women. She was there for a year. She was the global brand director for Sean Combs. His name and likeness, blah, 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 blah. She said at her first day of work, where did he take you? She said the Central Park after dark with his bodyguard Uncle Paulie, who looked like a linebacker. What did he tell you in the park? That since I work for Suge Knight, if anything happened, he might have to kill me. I said, but what? He threatened you at the beginning? So even her saying, when I first started working with him, he took me to Central Park at night and threatened to, hey, if something happened between me and I got to kill you. And I took it serious. Okay. I told him I ain't got nothing to do with you and shit. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. She then said, they said, did you ever see him with a gun? She said, yes, in my house. They then asked her, were you ever accused of stealing? She said, yes, some jewelry. It went missing. I was taken to like an empty building. I was then held. I had to take 5 days worth of lie detector tests. The guy told me like if I lied or if I didn't do it, they would throw me in the river. They said, what did they say would happen if you failed the test? They would throw me in the East River. I said, bitch, what? Again, police, help. They killing me. Okay, again, for 5 days, she got questioned, I think somebody else, because some jewelry popped up mission. So I'm like, and this is his assistant, okay, who helped him cover shit up if he asked me. Okay. Eventually she got off, so because I guess she didn't steal it or whatever. How long did this go on? She said 5 days. Did you tell anyone you was there? She's like, no, I tried to survive it. I worked under an NDA. And the fact that he had folks sign, there's no telling what people know because they all sign NDAs. Okay. Now, at one point, I want to get to the her and Kid Cudi and them stuff. She brought up one time how he called, she said, Diddy called Kathy over, asked her to walk over there, and Viz gave her commands, and she did it without saying nothing. She said, he said to the other women in the room, you bitches won't do that. That's why you don't have a man. You damn right. Okay. Again, he would do drugs. He would do Molly, ecstasy. He would get it from people in LA, in New York. He would get delivered. He had drugs in her name. She got cocaine for him and friends for top of somebody. Just the fact that she's like, it was just all this illegal shit going on, and no one said boo to the bitch, and the bitch being Diddy. He would carry cash, about 10 grand in cash. He would get club bookings. He would keep it and give security. Put in the safe. It was violence around. Of course, it was fighting. Was he violent with you? She said yes. After he told me you are not to leave this house. Pharrell was brought in by boat. I left. I returned to Mr. Walker to Palm Island. He called and said, where you at or whatever. One time I asked the chef if there was turkey bacon. She told him what I said. He said, get the fuck out. Just said Diddy was being Diddy. Or whatever. She managed Cassie. Okay. But where's the stuff for Cassie? And she said, I took Cassie to get the burner phone because I told her you can't be contacting Kid Cudi on the phone that he paid for because he'll see it. So like she knew it would that because why would you tell Cassie, hey, you can't talk to Kid Cudi on that phone? They can see it. Let's go get a burner phone. Okay. Now where's the part where let's see. She said Diddy's in court. He came to her house. He had a gun in his hand. I told him I did not want to go. He said, I don't give a fuck what you want to do. Get dressed. He never come out before. I got dressed, went with him. It was me, Ruben, and a black Escalade driving around there. Okay, he in the left seat with me with a gun. I might be with a gun. I don't want to ride with you and a gun in your lap. Okay. They got to the house. He then said they went in. Okay. They went in. I called Kathy on her burner phone and said, hey, girl, Puff, no. Okay, we at the house, girl. Okay. And she said, I then changed her name. I changed Kathy's name to my friend name, whatever. Then he came back to the car, took my phone, called the number I just called. Okay. We then seen Cuddy pull up again. But all of this is like he's up at her house at night with a gun, forced her to go to Cuddy's house, all this shit. And I'm like, he was a motherfucker. At one point, they tried to convince Cuddy to not call the police, to not make a report or whatever. How just all this stuff. And that night, because Cassie ended up leaving with Diddy, that she witnessed him. Capricorn said she witnessed Diddy beating Cassie in the driveway. Okay, kicking her, beating her up in the driveway. Okay, while Cassie was in a fetal position. Okay, and she was just crying silently. Okay, she ain't do shit. Security ain't do shit. They all just watched him beat her up. And she said that Diddy told her, if you jump in, I'm gonna beat you up too. And again, I'm like, when folks say, well, why didn't anyone else help? Because I would beat, if somebody beat her ass, he gonna beat my ass too. I don't want to get beat up. Okay, so again, her is confirming, like, yes, there was this altercation with Kid Cudi. You know, Diddy did beat Cassie up. He was abusive to Cassie. They were doing drugs, whatever. Even though she's like, I still ended up going back to work for him because I was basically blacklisted because of him. Okay, because he didn't want me working in the field. I lost my house, my car, I lost everything. So I eventually had to come back and work for him. Child, it's crazy. So I feel like even her testimony to me proves more of Diddy absolutely used his influence, his power as Sean P. Diddy bad boy on the combs to get folk to do shit for him. Folks were scared of him. She said, I lost my 401k, my house, my car. Okay. He told me I would never work for anyone again. He would make me want to kill myself. I had a job offer that fell through. I could not get a job. Okay. And I ended up going back to work for him because I had no other choice. Now there was some kind of settlement. We don't know how much it was for, because before she could say how much it was for, they objected. But back in 16 or whatever, there was some kind of in 2012, there was some kind of settlement. We don't know for how much, but she still went back to work in 2016. At that point, she went back to work for him, I think, as she said, no one hired me. Kathy had a new record deal with Epic. And so at that point in time, she went back. She did bring up how she had issues with Cassie because, like, she said Cassie went from being like an artist to being like a snooty girlfriend. And so at times she didn't like Cassie because I had to protect Daddy. I had to protect him. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Cassie thought I worked for her, and I don't. I don't work for her. So again, it was a lot of, you know, back and forth conversation or whatever and stuff. But to me, I feel like even though at point in time she was, you know, weepy out on the stand, was emotional as well, I feel like Diddy did this shit. Period. Every person have on this, there's always one more notch to Bad Boy was an absolute crime. I won't say crime. There were elements to the Bad Boy label that Diddy used to personally get his rocks off. To me, even all of his assistants, like, yeah, I wouldn't get drugs for him. I had to organize that for him. handle things in his personal life. You know what I'm saying? Seeing him beat up his girl, like I think all of that to me is like criminal. You know, and her, so she felt like, you know, him and, you know, Diddy and Cassie were toxic, and I wanted to protect him, and I thought they should break up or whatever. But I'm like, man, he was the monster, and I feel like she knew that, but she still felt like, well, I don't have no choice. When I get fired from him, I can't work anywhere. I don't have any money. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a choice. I think she was making like 55,000, maybe 60,000 a year as the assistant. Yeah, uh, 65 a year as an assistant back then. I was a good employee to him. Period. I worked hard for him. I learned a lot from him. He broke the glass ceiling for when she went into this part right here, saying I did learn a lot from Mr. Combs. Almost crying. He broke the glass ceiling for us Black people in the business world. I'm so sad. You know, he was a great girl, but he did a lot of bull stuff to me that some folks overlook because they want to make it seem like, oh, he's such a great. It's like, no, Diddy's is insane. He's insane. And at one point when they brought up how she said, oh, you know, well, Kathy, she has some talent, but she done a video, right? I'm like, nobody ever felt like Cassie was the singer. Even back then, we felt like Cassie was an entertainer. She was entertaining. We like her song, the Me and You song. But she never was this powerhouse voice that we thought would like change the world. But she would have been popular. Okay. She would have been popular. And just in general. But I mean, I don't think Capricorn's testimony helped Diddy at all. I feel like it also, to me, she has a bit of what's it called? Is it Stockholm syndrome? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yes. She was like a Rihanna, Sierra, entertaining. Even though I feel like both Sierra and Rihanna can sing better than Cassie, but none of them is a Mariah or Whitney at all. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Capricorn is still defending Diddy because I don't think she wants to accept that the friendship, partnership, or whatever ship they had was in a way an abusive relationship. I don't think she fully wants to acknowledge that was a dynamic. But I like the fact that she told the truth, it seems. Like, I was scared. You know, he did threaten me in different ways. You know, they did, have me take a 5-day long lie detector test. You know, he did threaten me in the woods, not the woods, in the park one day. I did see him beat up Cassie. It was, she was at least saying that stuff had happened. You know, he was pissed off and jealous finding out that Cassie was with Kid Cudi. We did pop up to that man's house. You know what I'm saying? So I think her testimony gives credit to Diddy was absolutely using Bad Boy to aid him in his bad behavior. You know what I'm saying? Be it how they bought drugs for him to use for his personal use, how he treated Cassie. I think all of that goes into he was on some board, and it's not just about him abusing Cassie. It's about him using his employees who work for him to do all of this, because your assistant who worked for you as Bad Boy should not be riding with you to your girlfriend's other boyfriend's house at 5 a.m. or whatever to fucking fight. That's just insane. They should not have to buy burner phones. That's just insane. Even her saying, like, when he fired me, I lost everything. 401k, house, car, because so much of it was connected to him. So not working there, I lost it all. And I came back because I did not have to directly work with him. But again, I had no other choice. I'm like, child, Diddy is a villain. And I don't care how anyone points it, Diddy is the villain. Now, even this saying that Diddy is in prison, in jail. And he has he's making money. It's say he making money in jail. He gonna need it. Okay. It says since his arrest, the music mogul has launched a business renting out the $60 million private jet. Now, y'all remember before he got locked up, he was trying to sell it. That was a part of the plea, not the plea, the part of his, I think, the bail stuff. He was trying to sell the plane, but instead he's been renting it out. It's been rented since September 2024. It has been booked 126 times. Each trip costs $32,000. Okay, so it says since he's been locked up, he's earned about $4 million. Hell, that's what he's spending in court fees. So because again, Diddy can't. No one will be going to the Diddy party. So even if he gets out of jail, he's gonna have to find some kind of way to not only make money in general, he's gonna also have to make a way to downsize because the income he was used to, it ain't gonna come no more. Now we heard. I want to hear from the security guard. That's what I want to hear from next. But again, we still have about 4 weeks left. Let's see what happens. But y'all look, Diddy did it. Okay, Diddy did it. Period. Like, period. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And anyone who don't believe it is crazy. Anyway, that's all. Y'all, that is all. My throat hurts. My throat hurts. I can't talk anymore. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed and stuff. I will be live tomorrow at 9 p.m. I am off vacation. I'm back at work tomorrow. And stuff. So yeah, come on back tomorrow. Y'all know to like this video, right? Y'all know to subscribe. Okay, y'all know to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And we'll have a good chit chat tomorrow and whatnot. Look, I feel like I just need people to stop acting crazy. Okay, and I really can't wait to the end of the Diddy trial. I just want to know what his fate is. Okay, what's gonna happen in the end? Anyway, y'all, I gotta go. I love you all. Be safe until tomorrow night. Bye.